Okay, so now we will add the functionality to shoot the bullet. So open up the prefabs folder and simply drag and drop the bullet in the prefabs, as you can see now. And let's just simply delete the bullet from the hierarchy. And right here inside the player we will create a empty game object by the name of bullet spawn position. Okay, bullet spawn position, and let's just tag this with a circle. So as you know, our bullet is a yellow color, so we will simply select the yellow color and we will shoot our bullet from this position. So let's just move it right here a little bit. So this is the position X and this is the position Y. So now inside the player scripts we will create another C# script by the name of player shooting manager. Now select the player game object and assign this to the player, as you can see right here. Now let's just open it. So right here we need some variables, so let me just remove all of this, and the first variable will be a serialized field, and then it will be a private, it will be a game object type, and its name will be bullet prefab. Then the next one will be of type transform, and its name will be bullet spawn position, or just POS. Then after this we will create a function, so we will say public void and we will name this as shoot. Then in here we will pass a float variable by the name of floating direction, and inside this floating direction, so we are going to add a game object by the name of new bullet, and then we are going to instantiate it with the bullet prefab. So type instantiate, and in here we will pass the bullet prefab and also the bullet spawn position. So type bullet spawn pos dot position. Then the next one will be the quaternion, so quaternion dot identify, and that's it. Then after this we will add a if condition, so we will say if the facing direction is less than 0, then we will say new bullet dot get component. In here we will pass the bullet, then we will say dot set negative speed. This is our function, set negative speed, and that's it. So now we need to call this inside our player animation, sorry, the player movement. So after this, okay, sorry, it was the player animation, the player movement. Where is the variables? Okay, right here. So we will say private, then this will be a type player shooting manager. This is basically not a type, this is the class name. Okay, this one. So we will store it by the name player shooting manager. That's it. And right here we will say player shooting manager equals to get component, and in here we will pass the player shooting manager. So just copy and paste it, add bracket, semicolon, and that would be it. And now in the shoot function After this, right here we will say player shooting manager dot shoot, and then we are going to say that transform dot local scale dot x. So now let's just save this, get back to Unity, and if we select the player, as you can see it is not showing us the bullet prefab and the bullet spawn position because we have an error right here. It is not identify, it is identity, so make sure to change it to identity. Now let's just save it, go back, and as you can see that error is gone, and now we have these two options, and these are not basically an error, so we can just clear that out. And now if we click on this player, and right here in the bullet spawn position we will drag this bullet spawn position and drop it right here. And also we need the bullet prefab, so open up the prefab folder and simply drag and drop this right here. So now if we save this and let's start the game, and now if we fire, as you can see it is firing the bullets in every direction. As you can see it looks really beautiful. But if we click on this bullet and see the position, as you can see the bullet is not destroying, so we need to destroy the bullet once it hit the enemy or these borders. Right here we will when it cross this border, then we will destroy that bullet because we don't want the bullet to exist in our game forever. We need to destroy them. Now in the scripts folder we will create another folder by the name of gameplay scripts, and in here we will create a C# file by the name of collector. Now attach this right here, and now let's just simply open it, and right here we will remove this functions and we will add a function by the name of on trigger enter 2D, and in here we will pass the collider 2D by the name of collision. Then we will say if the collision dot compare tag, and then we will call the tag manager dot, we will get this bullet tag, so copy it, paste it right here, then we will simply destroy it, so type destroy collision dot game object. So now let's just save this and add another game object by the same name as collector, and simply add a box collider 2D right here, set it to as trigger, and move this right here, and let's just simply resize it like this and attach the collider script. Then we can just simply duplicate it and move this one right here this time. So now we have two collectors on both sides. Now save it. Now if we test it out, now let's shoot one bullet there, one there, get back to the game, and as you can see both of the bullets are now destroyed. So now it means that our collector is now working.